You will need to first recognize the shadow within you in order to tap into its powers. According to Carl Jung, our shadow is the door to our individuality. The shadow allows us to see the unconscious part of our personality. As outlined in the book, Meeting the Shadow, the Hidden Dark Side of Human Nature, only when we realize that part of ourselves which we have not seen or preferred not to see, can we proceed to question the foundation in which our shadow rests. Hence, no progress or growth is possible until the shadow is adequately confronted. And confronting means more than merely knowing about it. It is not until we have truly been shocked into seeing ourselves as we really are, instead of as we wish or hopefully assume we are, that we can take the first step toward individual reality. As Sternberg applied the ideal, perceived, and real triangles to relationships as I detailed in my Sternberg's triangle video, we can also apply those triangles to understanding the self. The ideal self we wish to be, the perceived self, and the real self. Oftentimes, who we want to be and how we see ourselves overshadows our true meeting with the real self. To meet this real self, we must enter the shadow. In order to meet the shadow, we first of all need to identify our shadow. According to Zwick and Abrams in the book Meeting the Shadow, there are 5 effective pathways for traveling inward to gain insight into the shapes of our shadow. The first one is soliciting feedback from others as to how they perceive us. 2, uncovering the content of our projections. 3, examining our slips of tongue and behavior and investigating what is really occurring when we are perceived other than we intended to be perceived. 4, considering our humor and our identifications. 5, studying our dreams, daydreams, and fantasies. Once we recognize our daily shadow, we will be faced with certain reactions to it, as follows. We may refuse to face it. We may try to eliminate it and set it straight immediately. We may refuse to accept responsibility for it and let it have its way. Or we suffer it in a constructive manner as a part of our personality that can lead us to humility and humanness and eventually to new insights and expanded life horizons. And that is our ultimate goal when meeting with the shadow.